One of Britain's earliest airfields, this site has been at the centre of aircraft design and innovation since man first reached for the skies.
This is a magnificent piece of machinery.
Over 18,500 aircraft were manufactured, assembled or took their inaugural flights here.
Aviation started here in 1908, just a year after cars started racing here.
Many have been lovingly restored and now form part of the museum's vast collection. One of those manufacturing marvels and the jewel in the collection's crown is Concorde. An impressive 30% of each Concorde was built here, and this supersonic airliner has stood proud in the aircraft park for the last 16 years.
Right, let's get these lights on and actually see what we're looking at.
Today, Director of Collections Alex Patterson is checking the interior of the plane, as in 2 weeks' time it'll be inspected inside and out by an important guest.
Making sure that she's in tip-top condition. We've got Captain Mike Bannister coming. He's our trustee, also an ex-Concorde pilot, and so I want to make sure it's looking top-notch and how he remembers it. We're walking through the height of luxury, really. £4,000 at least a ticket, you know, it's amazing to see.
But it won't just be the plane that will come under Captain Bannister's scrutiny.
It's looking all good, ready for Mike. He's going to be a busy man. He's testing out our simulator. It's the only operational Concorde sim left in the world, and it hasn't been run for a number of weeks. So who better to give it a test than former Captain Mike Bannister?
Concorde will bring positive benefits for everyone. By making business travel faster, easier, more efficient, Concorde will strengthen the industrial and commercial links between nations.
A marvel of Anglo-French aviation engineering, Concorde first flew commercially in 1976. Able to fly on the edge of space, she could reach New York from London in 3 hours. This particular model was a test craft, and the first to carry 100 people past the speed of sound. But the jet was unrecognizable when it arrived in 2004. And it took over a decade and a half and a team of 100 volunteers to restore it to its former glory.
I need to go and get some sandpaper.
Some of that army of volunteers have been drafted in once more to prepare the plane.
Is that inducing any sort of a turn?
And its simulator.
Visual system is on.
For the impending visit and inspection.
We're going to have to go through the gearbox then.
Leading this team is engineer James Cullingham.
You have the White Spirit?
James needs no excuse to give his favourite plane some TLC, but Captain Bannister's impending visit gives him an added incentive. And today's task is to repaint the tail fin with unique Concorde paint designed to withstand the intense heat the plane's exposed to when it flies at supersonic speeds.
I'm just going to tidy up a little bit of sealant here, and then I'm going to mask the front edge for the red. The reason I started here is completely down to Concorde arriving and my dad getting me involved. If he hadn't taken me down to the end of the Heathrow runway to see a take off and land, then I would have never have gotten involved. Right, masking time. The takeoffs were something magical. The noise, everything vibrates, the floor vibrates, you start to vibrate, just the raw power. And for a 12, 13-year-old boy, how are you not going to be mesmerised by that? So according to the drawing for this aeroplane, there should be a 50mm gap between that edge and where the red starts. Now, when we first did it, we had different sets of drawings which line the red up of that drawing, but now we're going to do it exactly how it should be, according to the drawing from 1976. And even though I'm not measuring this, I know the tape's 48mm wide. Not that you'd notice from the ground anyway, but we'd notice.
All right, you all set then, Mike?
2 other volunteers that share James's passion are Richard and Neil Walker.
So you want the trolley moving then?
This father and son team are working to restore another detail that's missing from this exceptional aircraft.
What we're doing here is reapplying Delta Golf's registration under the wing. All aircraft have unique registrations. This aircraft's got it in 3 positions on the tail, under this wing, which is the left wing, and ultimately on top of the right wing as well. So we've carefully put the stencil up this morning, make sure we're happy with where it is, and then Mike's got the lucky job of actually applying the paint.
Like James, Neil and Richard have been dedicated to the restoration of this iconic jet since its arrival.
We both signed up as volunteers in 2004.
On the same day.
Yeah, the aircraft arrived.
Not sure whether it's in the G or in the space, but
Go up.
I worked on the Concorde Major Fatigue Test Programme at Farnborough for 12 years.
And I've had an interest in aviation my entire life, basically, as long as I can remember, from a small child. Probably partly because of Dad's involvement at Farnborough. If I remember rightly, I think I had a model of Concorde that you built, an Airfix model on my shelf as a child, which coincidentally was Delta Golf.
The team have masked off the unique letters and numbers of the actual Delta Golf and are hoping the results will be perfect when they peel the template off.
That's amazing, actually. There's actually quite a lot of paint there.
But this is their first attempt, and with Mike Bannister's inspection and simulator test days away, the pressure's on to get the job done right.